Let's bring them on, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, my people, and welcome to the SN95 Power channel. On this channel, we focus in on the SN95 Mustang platform, my favorite platform, and hopefully close to your heart. Anyway, today we're going to talk about the 5 must-have mods that you should do to your SN95 Mustang. Now, it doesn't matter if it's a 2-valve, a push rod. These are 5 things that you're going to need for your SN95. So let's get into it. So excuse the dirty car, but it's basically in storage. I'm getting ready to do a couple of other modifications to it, but that's another video. But starting on the exterior of the car, the first and second thing you should do as far as mods for your SN95 Mustangs are, in no order, wheels and a coilover kit. So let's get into that. So here's another thing on the list that you'll want to do is go with a coilover kit. Now, this is the old UPR kit that I've had on this car for about 5 years, and I have some strange adjustable shocks on here. Basically, you don't really need the adjustable shocks. That's just something that I use for my drag setup. But you should get a pair of you don't want to get like dirt cheap coilover kits, but these UPRs, they're probably about the minimum price as far as price for quality that I would go with. You can go with Maximum Motorsports. There's some other brands, but I think UPR, if you're looking for a budget set, would be the one to go with. Next on the list of things you want to modify on the SN95 are wheels. Now, there's no point of getting a fancy coilover kit if you can't get a proper stance on it. So wheels is one of those things that you gotta have. You can't be riding factory with coilovers, although some factory rims do look nice with coilovers. I personally think 18 inches are the best. Now, if you want to go 17, 20s, 32s, have at it. Personally, stick with 18s. Now, I have the SVEs on the front. These drag radials I put on during the summer, and they just, to me, look cooler in the back end. With the Nitto 555Rs, they hook better than the NTO ones, I believe these are. So definitely something you need on the list. Numbers 3, 4, and 5 are all under the hood. Plus, I got a little bonus tip for you guys also. So, no particular order. Number 3, intake manifold. Now, if you're a 4.6 guy, it really depends on what variation of the 4.6 you have. If you're an NPI guy, the best thing to do is go to the junkyard and pick up a PI intake manifold. Now, if you're a PI guy, there's some aftermarket alternatives for you. If you're a dual overhead cam guy, you really don't have too many choices. I know there are some sheet metal intake manifolds, but that's pretty much it as far as I know of. So, number 4, cylinder heads. So I have a video that speaks about a 300 rear horsepower combination from the junkyard, which includes a GT40 heads off of Ford Explorer and a GT40 style intake off of Ford Explorer. You can get those cylinder heads from the junkyard. Also, if you are a NPI guy, you can pretty much do the same thing. You can go to the junkyard and get a PI head and a PI intake. So that's 2 things on the list that you can get from the junkyard, or you could get them, off Marketplace or something like that. And if you're a PI guy, there are aftermarket alternatives, Trick Flow, I'm not sure if Elderbrock has PI heads, but I know Trick Flow for certain. 4-valve guys, there's really not any aftermarket cylinder heads for you guys, so doesn't apply to you. And number 5, turbo. Now, I'm not just going to say general forced induction. I'm going to say turbo, just because you can get an on-3 turbo kit at a very good price. You know, I have a love-hate relationship with these kits. You can check out my other video on that explaining why. But for what you get, you really, gosh, it's hard to beat. You know, to be honest with you, I had this kit for about 4 or 5 years now, and it's given me some issues. But when it's on, it's on. You know, you can take a on-3 turbo kit, and it doesn't matter if it's a stock 2-valve or a stock pushrod, even a stock 4-valve. You can put that turbo kit on a stock block and, you know, get into the low 11 seconds and possibly 10 seconds depending on your tuning and how aggressive you want to get. And trust me, a low 11 seconds car on the street is going to gap a lot of people out there. You know, don't be fooled by, you know, only having 450, 500 rear horsepower out here on the street in the SN95. That's a lot to handle as far as, you know, other people running against you. It's not too many cars that you're going to run into on a regular that's going to give you some bus service. So definitely with the combination of a turbo, you know, intake and cylinder heads, you know, you're gonna be hurting a lot of people's feelings on the street with that combination. And so for my last thing and my bonus is hood strut. You know, this is a red line hood strut. It's not exactly a it requires some measurements. You know, it's not exactly a plug and play kind of situation, but it's not hard, and it really gives the engine bay a very clean look, getting rid of the hood prop up front. So those are my 5 things that you must do for your SN95. Not you should. Trust me, go out and do it. Rob a bank. I'm just kidding. Don't rob a bank. Save your pennies. Do whatever you got to do. Get these 5 mods done to your SN95. It will transform your driving experience. If you agree with my list, leave a comment. If you disagree or have a top 5 mods that you would like to share, leave a comment. You can also go check out my Instagram page at SN95 Power. We're doing write-ups on SN95 Mustangs. It doesn't matter what kind of condition. Well, you can't have a real rust bucket, but you know, we're not particular if you have an award-winning Mustang or not. We just want to hear your story on your Mustang, and we want to share it with the rest of social media. So hit us up on Instagram, SN95 Power. Like and subscribe this channel, and thank you for your time, and God bless.